Mhm. Yeah, like I don't know how deep or like philosophical we want to get with this conversation, but the concept of values is it's a very deep topic. Like even um like philosophically speaking, like there's a lot of schools of thought where there's like relativism and there's I think it's called objectivism. It's been a long time since I've read anything philosophy related. But I think maybe that's what it's
Mhm.
called. I don't know.
Something like that.
But basically like one of them is like, cultural relativism. I think probably it's like also you've probably heard it in sociology or something along those lines, where it's this idea that like, different groups of people and different cultures have different values and different morals. Therefore, there is no like one set of like morals or values that is correct. So in the discussion of values and morals, it's all relative, and there is no way to kind of arrive at any objective truth about it. And obviously objectivism is kind of like the opposite of that, where it's like, no, like in order to arrive at some kind of truth about something, you have to start with the premise that there is an objective truth to be arrived at, that there is some set of like morals and values that is universally correct, and that we can arrive at some kind of truth about it through discussion about it. So, I don't know what end of the spectrum you fall onto. I tend to kind of, change, but generally I tend to go more towards objectivism. I think philosophically that's the one that I kind of have always um I've always kind of leaned more towards that one. But I think just to start off, I'll probably just start off with my personal opinion about it and like my personal experience because, maybe there is no objective truth to it, but at least on some level, like there will be like a personal truth to it. So I'll just maybe just start off by saying like which values I kind of try to uphold the most in my own life. And then at some point we'll probably discuss, values that we don't admire as much. So I guess the, few most important values for me, I would say are hard work, integrity, and I just say kindness, like treating everyone with respect and dignity, no matter who they are. That's a really important one to me. Um, and yeah, I guess I can just let you jump in here and maybe give your own kind of opinion on which values are most important to you.
Yeah. So first, I guess I'll address the first point you raised about, I guess, whether morals fall on some objective scale versus a relative scale. And I think that I would have to say it's my opinion that it's a mix of both, because I think that if you wanted to propose the question, is it okay to kill someone? Okay, well, are you protecting yourself? So if we were to rid of that ambiguity, is it okay to kill someone for no reason? I would say no, it is morally wrong to kill someone for absolutely no reason. And so that is like a rather objective moral. But I think that, um, some things that are rather intuitive can fall on an objective scale. But then if you get into some more personal morality questions, then that exist on like a relative scale. And trying to think of some that might not be controversial. But I guess some people believe that it is a necessity that you have kids. You must have kids, or you did not do what you were put on earth to do. I think that's like a relative thing. You can have kids if you want kids. You shouldn't have kids if you don't want kids. I don't think there's a lot of good that would come out of that. So yeah, I would say I believe that some values are objective in nature and then others are relative. And then in terms of values that I admire, I don't have three off of the top of my head, but I would say that you mentioned hard work, integrity, and kindness. And I do think that those are instrumental values. I think that hard work in particular, hard work and integrity and kindness. Maybe I'll just completely steal those three. But anyway, yeah, I think that hard work is really important into developing and cultivating the self, and it gives you self-esteem, and that you know that if you put X work into something, you'll get Y results and you have the opportunity to achieve success. Same with integrity. I think it's important not just relationally, and that others can depend on you. And if you commit to something, they know that you will produce what was committed to, but also on an individual level. If you have integrity to yourself, I think you have a rather enduring sense of self and stability in terms of your mental and emotional functioning. And then kindness, of course. I think one thing I hate are rude people. I absolutely hate rude people. And when I'm on